Warning. Everybody Has a Podcast is a comedy podcast. The personalities and opinions expressed in this show are highly exaggerated and don't always reflect reality. If you're easily offended, this may not be the podcast for you. So there was an article, a blog post written on a site called Shift Gig. Have you guys ever been on Shift Gig?
I have not.
I don't know what the fuck this website does, but this article is called Your Waiter Hates You for Ordering Water. Here's why. I get so sick of these fucking like people that make $10 an hour like dictating and demanding how society goes, and I'm so sick of these people that defend them. So I instantly got pissed off at this, and they do it. Their comment system is just like our website, where when you make a comment, it's actually on Facebook. I didn't even read the fucking article. Here's what I wrote back. Fuck you. You're a waiter. Your job is to serve me. It's not my problem to make your life easier. You make shit money because you're unskilled and you bring zero value to the marketplace. If you want a better and or different job, go get one. When I have a server go down at 3 a.m., I don't bitch. I wake up and fix the problem. Now, normally, I would get fucking destroyed by everybody. All these like 22-year-old hipster girls who live off their stepdad's credit card, they would come in here and just bitch at me. Dude, I got 16 likes on that motherfucker.
Nice.
But it goes on a little bit more. There was one girl who did decide to argue against me, and she wrote, "Are you kidding me? I waited tables for 10 years and I have a college degree." Instantly, my spidey sense is fucking tingling. You do what you have to do to make money. Get over yourself. And they don't make $10, they make $8, sometimes $3.25 in most states. Instantly, my bullshit meter's going off. So I asked her, I said, Lily, what was your degree in? And Lily responded that her degree is in communications with an emphasis in theater and a minor in history. So I did a little, I shit you not, less than 30 seconds. I did a Google search, worst college degrees, 2 of those hit instantly. I says to her, I says, Lily.
Life choice.
I said, Lily, simple Google search first hit. Out of the 3 things you listed, I nailed 2 of them in less than 30 seconds. You're working tables because you weren't smart when you decided to pick your college major. You're part of the ever-growing population of people who take out loans for worthless degrees, which is one of the biggest problems currently facing our country. And I was done with that, and I felt awesome. One of my friends was actually creeping her Facebook later on, and she posted this. So some guy said my college degree from MSU was worthless, but I checked his profile picture, and he is unfortunate looking, so I win.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
And then further down her
He
thread...
also makes 4 times as much money as you do.
So MSU, is that Mississippi State or Michigan State?
I don't know, man, but apparently they offer communications degrees with an emphasis in theater and a minor in history. Someone asked her down that thread, they said, again, just out of curiosity, what is the job market for that? I know one other person with a communication degree, so I honestly have no idea. And she put back, girl, I don't know, LOL. I'm a massage therapist now. There was no job market when I graduated college in 2008.
So basically it proved your point, basically.
Yeah.
Cunt did.
She's a fucking retard, man. I've been laughing my ass off about this shit for a week, man.
Well, I can tell you this, as somebody that waited tables, I bartended. I started off as a normal waiter, but ended up as a bartender. And as far as the restaurant hierarchy goes, bartender's where you want to be.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's where you can make a lot of really good money. But one thing you will know, and this is a long time ago, I'm talking like my late teens, early 20s. You talk about cream of the crop or the oil separating from the water. Like you can really see out of a restaurant who's going to be successful later in life and who's going to suck. Like, because you can make really decent money bartending. Because if you're good with people, like you have a decent personality, you don't have to fucking be Gallagher busting watermelons, but like you need to be entertaining to people, also serve them well. But I would see people struggling to make $50 a night in tips, right? And you worked like 4 or 5 hours. That's horrible. If you got 10 tables, that's $5 a table. That's terrible. If you're getting $5 a table, you're not doing something right. And I would be walking out of there sometimes $200-$300. So it's another one of those industries where like the best people get out. It's like retail. It's the same thing. There's a lot of really good, hardworking, smart, skilled people in retail, but the first chance they can get out, they get out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
The thing is, I partially agree with what Ryan said. I think it was a little overarching. The waitress at Applebee's has no right to be pissed off at the tip I leave her. I mean, I will leave her a tip, and it will be within the social norm of 15 to 30%. However, this does not apply to fine dining guys. these fine dining waiters, they genuinely have a fucking skill. They have to get all sorts of food handler certifications.
Yeah.
They cook shit by your table sometimes. Like they're like, you can get, I can't remember what it's called, but you can like get like this flaming dessert and they like prepare it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're borderline chefs. And like a lot of these guys, they're easily pulling in $120K a year.
Well, they also have to know the wine list. Mm-hmm. They need to know what wine goes with which cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, they have information. They have skills. I was an IT consultant back in the day, and I did IT for a fine dining place. Everybody there was a fucking professional. Like the chefs made their own menus. This was not a corporate menu that was handed to them and say, "Here, you cook this fucking shitty steak and you sling it, you sling it, you sling it." These guys were making their own menus, and all the waiters were like 40, 45 years old, and they knew what the fuck was up. They knew the exact amount, because you'd eat there, because you get like discounts and shit. Like they would come by, they knew exactly how much to talk to you. They knew exactly how to relay information to you and leave you the fuck alone. Make sure your drink was always filled. Like they have just all these fucking skills I can't even mention. You just have to go to a fine dining place. You have to just have $300 in your pocket for you. And go, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But all of these dudes, there was nobody there. I'm talking busboys, everybody. Nobody there was making under $60K a year.
Right. Well, it's service industry is one of those. If you're smart, of course, you can't work at Casa Olay and expect to pull down that kind of money. But like for instance, I was in between jobs one time, and I had stock options with the other job, and I was going to a competitor, so I couldn't legally work for the competitor until they liquidated my stock options. And if you guys have ever gone through that, sometimes it takes a little bit. It's a little bit of time. So it actually took 60 days for me to completely get the proof of sale to my new company. So I had 2 months where I didn't have a job. Like I was still getting paychecks from the old company, so I wasn't hurting for money or anything. But I had a friend of mine who was like, hey, blah, 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 I know this guy. He sells furniture. He has like a furniture place. You should go sell for him for like a month or two. I'm like, all right. So I took this job, full commission, Ryan and Clark. I mean, it was full commission. If you didn't make your commission, you made minimum wage, basically. But I was thinking to myself, I know nothing about furniture. Absolutely nothing. I know about as much as any straight male should know about furniture. I go in there. I learn the first week. They pay you $8 an hour, so you're not hurting so bad from I mean, it's terrible, right? I mean, the shit you would never work with. And I thought to myself, man, I can never fucking do this. Man, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'd rather just go play golf. 3 weeks in, I was making $2,000 a week in commission. $2,000 a week.
Yeah, it's amazing. No, my outrage lies not in the skill set, no one's too good for this. I don't care who you are. You're not too good to do this type of job. I just don't understand where this sense of entitlement came from all these people that make $8 an hour. Where the fuck is, and why as a society have we been accepting this for the past 5 years? Why does this blog even exist, man?
Well, it's because, right, and this is the athlete coming out of me. I think it starts when you stop like keeping score in T-ball, and I'm not just talking about T-ball. I'm talking more of the mentality in America. Yeah. It's the everyone special, everyone wins, everyone gets a trophy. Like, kids, when we grew up, there was definite times where either on the playground, the bigger kid kicked your butt, or the older kid, people, now we call it bullying. And don't get me wrong, there are certain types of bullying that are fucked up, but some of that stuff that we call bullying now is actually used to make kids tough. Yeah. And it's the same.
Make me tough.
Yeah, dude, my older brother, 7 years older than me, and he's been 6'3", 300 pounds since I was a toddler. His kid's been huge his whole life. He used to wear me out. I mean, just wear me out, right? But he taught me so many life lessons about just about things, So I thank him every day for that stuff. But Ryan, I really do think that we are breeding a politically correct generations of people now that are just, we talk about it all the time on the show, but it's entitlement. I mean, and to me, this generally goes into a political conversation, but we won't go there. It's just anything, life in general, Like, if you order water at a restaurant and the server hates you because you'd rather have water than the shitty Coke or whatever they're serving, I mean, where the fuck do they get off of that shit?
Well, the crux of this article is water doesn't go in your tab, so it doesn't add to their tip. That's the crux of this article.
Yeah, but the thing about this is what the dumbass should be thinking. Regardless of the amount, like, if it's a $20 ticket, right? That's a pretty cheap dinner ticket. $20 for a couple. They both get water, 2 entrees. Say 2 $8 entrees and 2 waters with tax, about $20. If you do your job Like if that's me, you do your job, I'll give you a $10 tip on that.
Yeah.
I'll give you, I'll fucking hook you up on that, and you're fucking getting 30%.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, I go into a place and I already know, I have an idea of what I'm going to tip. I know I'm going to tip you, $10. If it's something like a Chewy's or whatever. It's not. I'm not doing. I'm not looking at my check and then saying, "Well, how much can I afford?" Like, no, I know what I'm going to pay you, and unless you fuck it up, this is what you're going to get. That's how I am. I'm never going to be like, "It's going so badass, you're getting $100." But like, I'm always walking in thinking, you're going to get $10 out of me for a tip, and that doesn't really change. But the thing is you. It doesn't matter if you're salaried or your commission or whatever. I guess it's a form of commission. You make the exact amount you're worth
Right.
at that moment, period. And you may not agree with it, but if you don't agree with it, go somewhere else. Do something else. Do something different. But at that point, every check I get, I've made an agreement with my employer. That's what I'm worth. And, if I think I'm worth more, then I need to grab my fucking balls and go get a different job. That's the way it is.
That's a big pet peeve of mine. Anytime you have an employee come to you that, because you have them come and ask you for a raise. People ask for raises. We've all done it. But my pet peeve is when an employee will ask you for a raise, and I always ask them, like, hey, why do you deserve the raise, And they always just basically lay out or explain to you what their job title is, verbatim. Like, basically what they're telling me is like, you shouldn't fire me. That's what they're. But we have become a society that's so weak and entitled that people think that's worthy of a raise. I do everything you ask me to. I deserve a raise,
Well, Dave Ramsey, I think, says it best, and I kind of quoted him on this. The money you make is not because of your value as a human being. Everybody's equal on that front. It's how much you're adding to the marketplace. That's all.
Yeah.
So if you can be trained to do your job in 30 minutes, well, you're only worth X amount of dollars to the marketplace, and it's that simple. It's not a human being thing at all. It's how much you putting into it thing, and these people just aren't putting much into it, and that's all. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, what are we doing writing blogs?
Part of what you never had is gone and can't be taken back. Maybe you